And a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Ramon Scott. Welcome to the morning steam for Friday, December the 15th. Get ready for a great weekend of action starting today with a regular card of NBA, NHL, and a little college basketball and FCS playoffs tonight. We're underway with one game in college football. Ready for our bowl games tomorrow. We'll be here on Saturday with previews of those games as well. We got action all day from the bowls, 6 games tomorrow. Kick off the bowl season. Check us out over at Tony's Picks. The handicappers are starting to get their bowl plays in. And we got 6 games tomorrow. We're going to talk about today's card, a little bit of action last night, including, well, am I happy or am I mad when it comes to the Chargers last night? Yeah, we had the Raiders as a premium pick selection, but my goodness, just a humiliating performance, especially for the Chargers fan like myself. Pretty much lifetime Chargers fan. They showed the holy roller last night, as they pretty much always do when the Chargers and Raiders play, but if you hadn't seen the play and I described it to you, and maybe like, what is Ramon talking about rolling the ball? Chargers should have tried some of that last night. Man, what a disgraceful performance for the franchise, reflective of their ownership. You see, when they show, the owner yesterday, with the team down by 40 points. Uh, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide type of situation right now for the Chargers. Could a coach really come in and change the culture of this organization? I mean, man, it just 42 to nothing, the biggest lead ever for the Raiders at halftime. 42 nothing, the biggest deficit ever for the Chargers at halftime, and the Raiders go on to set a team record in scoring, and the Chargers give up their most points ever. So really, really embarrassing for the Chargers. I mean, if anything, I'm as disgusted as I might be, it's a little bit of I don't want to say vindication or anything for Chargers fans, if there are any left, but just reflective of where their organization stands against their biggest rival in a featured game that really means nothing, but you don't have the depth. That's the problem with the Chargers. Really, when we talk about the organization and where they cut corners, right? The Chargers do put out solid starters out there every year, some good talent. Yeah, the injuries along the offense and maybe some ineffectiveness to trying to roll with a guy who's kind of maybe a utility manager, a workhorse back, maybe doesn't work in the long term. But there's no doubt the Chargers have stars, right? In their starting lineup. It's the depth. It's the little crevices in the organization where they cut corners, and situations like this can really spiral out of control. And there's really no hope in sight for this franchise unless they can sell it. And you could go and if you don't have time for this kind of boring stuff, but you could go through and look at what is going on with the family, the owners of the chart. They've been battling for years about who owns what and how much and who ever since the old man passed away. So, where to start, where to finish, and there's no hope for the Chargers. It's about, hey, let's give the Raiders all the credit here. I'm here in the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas, and the home team got the confident win with O'Connell. Probably could start him again next game, even if Jimmy G's ready. A little bit of a decision there for the Raiders and their coach to make as he tries to coach for his future, and that's pretty positive. And I think Davis may look at as if he's kind of trend setting a little bit with the a diverse coaching staff, something that the league needs desperately. So maybe they will go in that direction. I don't think it'd be an awful idea. The Raiders are a team that maybe can rally around. Uh, I don't want to say a rah coach because Pierce certainly has his defense playing well, but last night they certainly were able to do the job against a franchise in complete disarray. Hello to everyone and welcome. wanted to get a little bit off my chest there watching that. Pretty disgusted. But like I said, I got a premium on the Raiders, so kind of uh, two faced for me to come on here and whine about it. I mean, I just felt the Raiders would handle this game against the Chargers because with the Chargers having their longtime backup in there who never plays and anything like that. Raiders yesterday with the confident win. All right, let me get to the comments here and say hello to you guys. We'll cover some games today. Appreciate you coming by here on a Friday. We get ready for the sports betting action tonight. Like I said, real good card. NBA 8 games, NHL 6 games. We got a pick 3 games in college basketball, including one of the biggest games of the season so far. A nice game tonight with Connecticut and Gonzaga as the feature, and that one FCS game. Hello today to Fernando was here first to open it up, and we talked about football action last night from Mexico, and we got more action today in domestic league features. Um, let's see, we've got Friday night football in Germany, in Italy, and England, and France. All the usual suspects here. Spain as well. Friday night kicks us off with the football action. But if you didn't catch it last night, Gerardo's got his winners there loaded up. Hey, how about the draw last night? Gerardo gave us that one. He gave you, if you saw it, he gave you, was it, maybe it was in another chat. Was it here? Let me, Gerardo, you're doing a great job, sir. Maybe it was in our Discord. Check out our Discord. Gerardo's been posting plays. I had a play up there. I don't think we came through, but nonetheless, I bringing you some good plays in the Discord, and I've listed it there at the top of the chat, so you can catch me in there with more plays, especially on college basketball Saturday. Chad had a big day. Lucci's got the bags here. And Chad can't, even he's getting banned by the biggest books in the world. Might as well just start your own book at this point. Hey, you can check out some of my sponsored videos here. You be the man. All right. Great to have you guys today. We'll get to the action. Thomas, hello. Like and smash, subscribe to the 40,000 subscriber channel here. Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Nicholas is here today. Gamble is here to take his shot today in the NHL. And what else? How about Dwight? What is we got here with Dwight? Oh, okay. Just getting in the conversation, but I haven't seen Dwight here too much questioning about that. Yeah, usually when you get, with all due respect, I mean, Chad is a high class better, high quality better. So, but again, taking advantage of certain situations may seem unfair, but, and again, I mean, if you, like I say, if you get just totally banned, they're not willing to take your action. Doesn't necessarily mean you're super sharp. We know our guy Chad is, so unfortunate there, but plenty of books out there willing to take action from sharp players. No reason to deal with those books that aren't willing to take a little true action. All right. Hey, I want to say hello also to Levi Bernard for joining us here today. Appreciate you. And Fernando here today. Yep, we had that draw in Mexico 1-1. We'll see who wins in the playback game in the next game and who wins. But 1-1, that seemed pretty good. I was down with it. I played the play. That's what we got, a 1-1 tie last night. All right. What else? What else? Hey, Poppy's here, and we've got. Hey, he's gonna preview the hockey today. He's asking about Carolina and Nashville. And Poppy, if you can't stick around, I was gonna go maybe the other way in that one, my friend. But we'll see here how we're looking. Carolina and Nashville tonight. Okay, Dwight, appreciate it. Well, appreciate you taking the time out to check in, and that's what I appreciate because, you know, there are plenty out there that don't have time or don't have the access when they're working or doing something else to say hi. So just to get that one hello is good enough for me, and I'll know you're out there. Panger is here today as well. Great to see Panger this morning. Appreciate the comments. Beezy here. How about that comeback by the Leafs? uh, Man, it was 5-3. Thought it was over. It was 5-0. But even late, those two goals came so fast in the final couple of minutes there. Wow. Uh, NHL last night, I think we had a pretty good performance. We had the Blue Jackets on the puck line at least in that crazy game, that crazy comeback, but we held on with Buckline there yesterday. We also had a winner with St. Louis Blues. We had a winner with Calgary and Minnesota game under as well. We also had the Vancouver Canucks as part of our card yesterday in the NHL. Hey, hello to Brent as well today. And Poppy, how about that card for this weekend? UFC, one card left tomorrow for the rest of the year, and they'll do it one more time in Vegas and wrap up the UFC season. But a good card tomorrow with a couple of championship bouts. All right, let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see who did well on the site. I know we turned a profit yesterday. Thought we were going to get that last one, but we did end up going over. But there were some pretty stellar performances, and I want to show everyone what's going on at Tony'sPicks.com. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. That's where you'll find our premium picks, absolutely our best picks every day are at Tony's Picks. I'm going to give you free winners here in just a moment. And we're going to have free winners up and down the channel today with Tony, with Midday Plays, Tiffany Mance, and Mindy Hahn at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, Midday Plays, and then, of course, Tony T, 5:15 Eastern, 2:15 Pacific, with his report, sponsored by the Rhythm app, as he brings you his predictive modeling show. And then, of course, at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, it's the drive-through with Tony T. Check him out over at the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. The drive-through, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, as the Pick Dogs crew give their free plays to Tony and preview the night's action. All right, check it out here. Tiffany Mance led the way yesterday with a 12-3 record. Big time performance there from Tiffany. And Ralph Raymond went an undefeated 7-0 on the day. Daniel Wolosichuk continues his massive, massive run. It's continuing now a good 6 weeks here for Daniel as he goes 3-0. Tim Irwin goes 3-1 on the day. There's Ron Crawford. He goes 5-2 yesterday. Sean Dinwiddie, the king of totals, won his only play. Tony T went 2-1 on the day yesterday. There I am at 3-2. Well, I'm on the leaderboard, as is Nick Bartini for yesterday. All right. And for the last 7 days, it's Tiffany Mance there with the best record, 37 wins, 20 losses, plus 14-11 on top of the 7-day leaderboard. Daniel Wolosichuk, real good performance over the last week, even the last month. You'll see in just a moment he went 19-5. Ralph Raymond is clicking in at 67%, over 12.5 units over the last 7 days. There's Nick Bartini, up over 7 units over the last 7 days. That'll work. And Nick Lagaretos is in the green over the last 7 days at Tony'sPicks.com. Last 30 days, Nick Bartini, what a crusher here for Nick, coming in at almost 64% here with 28.75 units of profit just over the last 7 days. There's Daniel Wolosichuk, 17.5 units of profit. Tiffany Mance has been on a roll, 12.5 units of profit. The VIP account is up over 10.5 units at 10.53, and Ralph Raymond is in the green over the last 30 days at Tony'sPicks.com. So check us out over at Tony's Picks and use the promo code Tony T at checkout. That'll save you 20% off the premium pick packages. Uh, Premium pick packages today, 3 packs, 5 packs, 7 packs from our team of handicappers include Nick Martini. He's got his top 3 plays from the UFC 296 card on Saturday, already locked and loaded here at Tony's Picks. Nick Lagaretos is going with his soccer action today, a 5 pack for the action today. Chauncey Giles has a 3 pack tonight, including 2 in the NBA and one in the NHL. And Joseph Schultz has his NFL already lined up for this weekend. Best bets from the crew include those from, well, no one yet. Hopefully, we'll have them. We will up on the website for today. All right, Daniel's got a $15 play. That's going to be the best value in the business right now, as hot as Daniel's been. All right. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Click on the All Cappers tab. There you'll find the handicappers, and you can click on the handicapper of your choice. Click on their handicapper profile page, and that's how you get signed up. If you join me right now, my package for this weekend, my 3-day package, will get you all the way through Monday Night Football. How does that happen? Well, get my picks today after 3 p.m. Eastern and noon Pacific, and you'll get 72 hours worth of coverage. And, well, I have all my plays for the weekdays entered in before 3 Eastern and noon Pacific. So you'll get Friday's plays, Saturday's plays, Sunday's plays. And by the time your package, the 3-day package, expires 72 hours from the time of purchase on Monday, you can get that 4th day of my plays here this weekend. Over the next 4 days, I'm probably going to be expecting somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 40 picks as well, with a big college basketball card, all the bowl games, and of course NFL action this weekend. Don't look at it. Hey, if you are allergic to buying picks from a tout, but you come here every day, this is a way to show your support for Ramon in the holiday season. Pick up my 3-day all sports premium pass or the packages for many of our handicappers over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. All right. Thank you for listening to that, and let's go back over the site, visit a few more handicappers from our chat, and get rolling with picks for today. Who else came in? We had hello to Ninja here today. He loves when the primetime games are starting to go over now. He might be getting some value. Last night was way over. Well, we gave out the under, of course, because who knew I don't know. I guess the Raiders are just a juggernaut with 63 points. Kings last night, says Brent. How about the Kings? The Sacramento Kings last night in their matchup with the Thunder, huh? Is that what we're talking about? And WDE here. Nice to have you. Nice to meet you. Got guys just joining in off of Twitter. Appreciate that. All right. Chad, no, you know what? We're on Harden still. I mean, right? Just like we said, just takes them a while to get into shape a little bit. All right. Gamble looking for the soccer. Just appreciate your comments. Want to say hello and get started. Ray, hello. CTG here today. All right. Let's get started with the show. Appreciate you guys carrying it. Oh, some lovely steam. We'll get that steam to you also in the college basketball today. And you guys are talking a little bit about, gosh, Matt, you said it. You said it. What an embarrassing performance. All right. Yeah, NBA last night. Let's get rolling and talk about the card for today. Got one of those games here to get it going with these crazy totals. I don't know. I mean, when is it going to start slowing down? We did have some winners yesterday here in the NBA on the show, including the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road. yesterday at Dallas. We gave out the Wolves. Yeah, we did give out the Kings here on the show over the Thunder as well. We did have a premium pick winner with the Utah Jazz and Portland Trailblazers game to go over. We had a premium on that last night. So let's get to the action here with the Pacers to open it up here against the Wizards. Let me get my sheet ready to go and get started with your picks and comments as well with the Pacers and the Wizards. The Pacers come in again here. Maybe the total is the story here, right on this one with another one of those high 250s games that we've seen from the Pacers. Just the tempo that they play, the style they play right now. 16 of their 21 games have gone over. They're starting to come back down to earth. I guess is the way you could put it at this point with their totals. They've actually gone over in just 6 of their last 10 games of late. They've also gone 7-2 to the over on the road. Now they are playing a team that might be cooperative to that style of theirs right now. The Washington Wizards. Yeah, the Wizards are bad with that uh, awful run that they're on, certainly right now, a losing streak as well. And they've also failed to cover in 3 straight games. Indiana's off the loss to Milwaukee just 2 nights ago that everyone took note of, 140 to 126 in a game that did go over a similar number like this. Uh, the Bucks were favored at home in that one, however, so a little bit of different uh, type of game. The Pacers were an underdog, and here they're a big favorite against 3-win Washington. The total has also gone over in 5 straight meetings between these two teams. And that total right now, we are seeing mostly 8.5s and 258 currently. So I think that's pretty solid as far as where the line currently stands. The Wizards have been pretty bad at home against the spread with a 2-6 record so far. Now, to be fair, they've actually had a couple of weak opponents that maybe they've done a little bit that they got those 2 covers, but they are 10-10 as an underdog against the spread. Now, a lot of that may have obviously come on the road here. Indiana is 12-9 against the spread overall, so maybe that they could have a little bit of an advantage. Could Indiana actually get a number here in a high-scoring game? Washington is 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 home games against the Pacers. And see what you guys have here as we get started with the plays. Want to say hello to Cliff Lloyd and thank you for your salutation and nice to have you. Chad says could only look at the Pacers here. Ninja talking about what, yeah, Richard Sherman should just look. Brandon Staley hopefully will be relieved of his duties. The Chargers have to take another direction. But who's Richard Sherman to go on national TV and call for anybody's job? I mean, that was, I thought, in extremely poor taste. And I think it made everyone feel a bit uncomfortable. I mean, it's what everybody was thinking. I know we're on the NBA here, but I just want to address Ninja's comment because I saw that as well. And I thought it was an extremely poor taste. And Richard Sherman should just find something else to analyze. Okay. And that's coming from someone who is very, very upset as a Chargers fan of what happened. But again, no need. I mean, you're just looking to get clicks, and I get that. I mean, we're all looking to get clicks, right? All right, you guys leaning over in this game? Is that what you're saying? Leaning over in the game here today? Yeah, I probably would. I mean, even I've got to do it probably. Probably just give it out as a free play, man. I mean, do I really want to go premium on it? Maybe. I don't know. Fernando says, I see the Wizards. I see the Wizards putting up 120. So if the Pacers win, that's too. Well, what's going to happen? Because the Pacers, what if they get 130? That's an under, and they still cover. And right, and here's the thing, they say we talked about yesterday, someone said, oh, all you need is one little spot where someone doesn't, but that wasn't the case in yesterday's 250 point total game, right? There was one lull and the game actually fell well under the pace there for a while. Which game was that? Oh, in the uh game, let's see. Oh, in the Oklahoma City Sacramento. So it wasn't a 250, but it was a mid 240s, right? And for a time, it had slowed all the way down to where it was maybe going to about 230 ish, 235 ish. And then all of a sudden, there goes a run, and there it went. And yep, Ninja, definitely in the regular season, no defense. Rodney's going over here. And And a good point here. Ninja says, I mean, all these 250s here just seem to be going over. I think it's going to go over too, you guys. And I know, hey, you guys who are here every day, I've had my share of games where I've not wanted to go in the to the high on some of these 250 games. Maybe I've been wrong on a few of them, but they do seem to end up going over. And is it when poor teams play? I don't want to call the Pacers a poor team at this point. They're obviously playing pretty well. Here's Brent. This would be obviously a massive under here. He says Wizards and under, it looks like here to me for Brent. But critical notice. I'm going to take the Pacers as my play here on the show. Hey, Timmy Tushu, thank you for your play today in Eurobaskets, in EuroLeague, Fenerbahce, and Cliff. Yep, I know what you're saying. I know you might be just talking it into the thing, or it's probably auto correcting. No problem there. I know you're talking about Mr. Halliburton, one of the hottest players in the league. Great to have you, Cliff. Cliff Lloyd, not to be confused with former Montreal Expo legend and Florida Marlin player Cliff Floyd. Brent cannot take the whiz, though. Even though his numbers scream whiz, sounds like maybe his underplay will be a little bit more solid. I'll take the Pacers here. I think I'm, kind of dog trending of late, but in this one, I'm going to take the Pacers to win this one. Look, I'm not loving this one too much on the side. I mean, that's a pretty hefty price, even a lay with the Pacers. And, look, we all can say, and I'll be that guy to take the dog and say, look at me, I'll take the team, but not today in this one. Just maybe for some of my new friends out here that are visiting. I'm like like they said, hey, they're here. They keep quiet. They're not in position to comment, so they know the way I'm picking. Half the time I'm off these guys. These big favorites or crazy teams that aren't playing very well right now, like the Wizards, the Pistons. We know there are about 3, 4, 5 teams that are really looking for at this point. And yeah, Ninja, how about that? And we had that one, of course, as a free play yesterday. Didn't even cover the college where, well, maybe a little bit of inconsistency, but the picks are starting to come around for sure in college ball. I think we're on it on colleges right now. Can't wait for. I wish it wasn't finals week. Was not a huge card tomorrow in college, but then we'll be ready to roll after the holiday. All right, give me the Pacers as a play here on the show, and yeah, probably still lean into that big time over here. It's 259 and a half. I'll update it just so you guys know which way I'm going. And man, I don't even know if I can get there now on a premium. Look at this one. This will be the highest total it looks like right now. Bovada is at 259 and a half. Can we see a 260? I don't see a 260 anywhere yet. Do you guys? Wow, how about it? And it's gonna be as advertised. All right. Well, here they are. We just talked about the Washington Wizards and their massive streak. How about the Detroit Pistons? They're starting to talk about could the Pistons I think it's 26, you guys. I'm not completely sure, but I don't think we're quite there yet on a losing streak. So, oh, maybe the Pistons can get one and avoid that type of futility. Doesn't feel like here that would be the case, but I'm not necessarily going to put forth any motivational factor here. You might in the chat just say that the Pistons are so bad that the Sixers can probably come in and roll these guys. And I'm sure they could, but will they really win this one by 16 or more points here today? I don't know. My money is probably going to be against it. Uh, yes, the Sixers could win with just a very good effort here. I know it's easy for anyone to come on and say, "Well, they're just so bad, they'll crush them," but you still, I mean, it should be a 50-50 proposition if the public or the odds makers are any good at setting lines. And for me, this one is going to be probably good enough to take the Detroit Pistons here in this one today. I will note that while the action started to come in on the under from the Sharps, they've clearly reversed their field right now. I'm showing 235 pretty much everywhere, and I have a feeling this one probably is going to be headed over this total today. But I will take the Pistons plus the points. Can we still get 16? The Sharps have definitely been the ones to kind of hold steady here. But yeah, 16 for the most part. It was 15 and a half. And well, maybe we just did take the road favorite against a very, very bad team. But here we're going to take the massive road dog with the 21 game losing streak, or is it 22? I've lost track right now. It's so bad. What do you guys have in this one? And yeah, Gamble, there might be 300 points in that last game, and all we need are an overtime or two to get it over the record probably. All right, here comes Brent, totally going against me here. He's got this one as an over. Well, I'm probably leaning over, but he's got it as a Sixers blowout. He thinks the Sixers are totally motivated, or that they could just do it with their eyes closed. I guess. Hey, you know, as bad as this has been, last I checked, the Detroit Pistons players, many of them make several $1 million a year as a professional basketball player. It does feel like they're, for whatever's going on with the team, right? And I don't think it's probably a matter of quality, but there does seem to be just look. It's a young team, so I don't know. I'm just trying to piece it together a little bit. How they could try to improve. I'm on the Pistons. Cliff is on the Pistons with me. Fernando is on the over, it looks like, in this next game. And Chad said it will go up. I would be interested in that. I do feel like that the Sharps are the ones buying this 16 back constantly right now. Team total over for Chad here. Chad's got the Chad challenge on this one. He says Sixers to roll. And Dwight says that the Pistons keep burning that money. Oh, no doubt. I don't like to, Yes, I want to give some trends out if it's really good, but I don't want to give a lot of trends out that are, not making my case to a certain extent. I don't want to waste time on really just some filler. But if you look at these two teams, Philly's been terrific as a favorite too, which is really tough to say, right? I mean, how many times is a team that is such a good team, and often favored by such a big margin, continuing to cover. Philadelphia is 14-7 against the spread so far this season, 8-3 at home against the spread, and they're always going to be favored in those games. The Pistons are 8-13 against the spread, 3-6-1 in their last 10. But I will note that the Pistons are just 5-6 against the spread on the road. Yeah, it's still a losing record, but better than their home record against the spread. That's just what I feel too, Brent. I mean, they'll go through, and again, I mean, look, we're not looking necessarily at the spots for, you know, Embiid to rest. I mean, after all, we did get him last game, and he's not on the injury report or anything. Probably won't rest in this one, I'm sure, if he's healthy. And you know what? The other thing was I started to complain about, oh, these players, and the way the NBA is running the injuries right now with the rules, and I'm not necessarily seeing the results. I know I just said that a couple of days ago, but I think there are some instances actually. Maybe I need a little bit more information to present it to you guys, but that players are, well, I don't want to specifically point to a guy like Anthony Davis, right? Because look, AD is injury prone, but right now, I mean, he's probably as durable, as tough as he's ever been, right? Still spraining ankles and everything like that, and still getting in there a little bit. So credit to players like that. All right, Ron She's got. So I feel a little bit in the minority here. I think enough of you are on the Sixers. They want to roll here. Hello to Perky today. Hi, Perk. So for me though, go ahead and give me the dog here in this one with the Pistons. I do want to take them, and one of these they're gonna uh, uh, Ninja, hi, Ninja with a comment. I gotta interject, even though it's the maybe Ninja has not seen my spiel on that, and I know many of you have, but of course, I do wish they were in San Diego. And the reason why we are here, Ninja, on this show is because I plan on making my, $2 billion in sports betting. Hopefully, I don't get banned from any casinos. And then we're going to go in and buy the Chargers, and we're going to move them back to San Diego and build a stadium. So just stick with us, Ninja, and we'll put you in a high level capacity job in that, all of you. TW, hello. Because here's the thing about that, you guys. I know we're in the NBA, okay, but hey, just like every relationship, it seems like I've ever been in. Okay, I didn't break up with the Chargers. Okay, the Chargers broke up with me. They just packed up their bags and left. I was loyal, loving. All right, let's continue on with the Pelicans and the Hornets in this one. And again, I moved to Las Vegas because man, this is sports. This is sports. I mean, we already knew they're the sports betting capital of the world, but man, how about the teams and the arenas they got here? I was saying San Diego can barely get one arena. This place has 10 arenas, it seems like. Got arenas for the minor league team. You got arenas for the teams to practice. You got the Sphere. Wait till they start doing sports in the Sphere. I don't know how it works out, but they're gonna do like UFC probably one day in that Sphere. All right, Pelicans and Hornets here in this one, and you have the another road favorite here with the Pelicans. They're favored by 7.5 now, and wow, okay. The Pelicans are starting to, turn it up a little bit, play pretty well. The total here has fallen to 231.5 today, so a little bit move to the under here as well. But you do have Pelicans teams. It's now moved to 12 and 11 overall, or let's see, 14 and 11, right? Overall. I should check that. Anyways, Pelicans road favorite here against the Hornets. Or Hornets so far this season. Yeah, they're not playing too well, of course, and so that's why you got the Pelicans here as a 7.5 point road favorite. And they're doing well at getting numbers as well, 13, 9, and 1 overall. But a lot of that work has come at home for the Pelicans, and on the road they are 4, 6, and 1 against the spread. But the Hornets have not been good either straight up or against the spread. Big time underachievers. 7, 12, and 1 against the spread overall. 3, 7, and 1 against the spread at home. They do fare a little bit better as an underdog. Pelicans here, but that's not a cover. Peasy's here to tout those Raiders. I had them, Peasy. Hats off to the Raiders for speaking from a Charger fan perspective, but it's not going to affect my handicap here, I don't think. And yeah, Zion, right? I want to just say in Zion before that game in Las Vegas where he did not look good, right? And if anything, if any gentleman has a reputation of maybe being a little bit um, missing in some big games or a situation where you could, look, the Vegas flu is real, but some professional athletes can play through it and still have a good time. Zion, when you get up there to be, and I know he's a young man, but I mean, he's been interviewed, right? Uh, Dozens and hundreds of times, right? If not 1,000 times, been interviewed on national TV. But when you get and you can get nervous. We've seen. I mean, one of the most famous incidents for, of course, if you didn't know, but Patrick Ewing when he won the national championship in a post-game interview with Brent Musburger on live CBS TV, and he couldn't enunciate his words, and he had a little bit of a reputation like, oh, he's just a basketball player, he's not intelligent, and that was far from the case. But when Zion got up there and called the reporter sir, to me that reeked of someone who just woke up like an hour ago, got to the arena, and is not ready to play the game. I know it was a small detail, but that's when I saw him first there, I'm like, wow, Zion looks like he just, and he could. I mean, for professional athletes, sometimes you do get up, well, probably not 1 hour, but you can go get an afternoon nap after lunch or after the shoot around or something like that. I get that. But you're also squeezing in sleep. You can say things you don't. That's just a little thing I saw there. Here's Fernando on the Pelicans. So that's right, Ninja. Seattle needs basketball. They'll get it. I have a feeling we know very, very soon. And hopefully they will be named the Sonics again. No doubt. And here, talking about the total, I'm probably in agreement with Fernando here on this one. A few more comments on this game. Wait, oh, maybe I'm on the. Okay. Cliff on the Pels. Ron says Pelicans if Zion goes. So, my opinions there a little bit on players. And again, let's see what we have on the injury front because he is questionable with that turned ankle. But I didn't think there was anything that necessarily would indicate. I mean, the line to me indicates that he will be in the game. So. Okay, here's a Charlotte first half in this one for CTG. Getting a little hook there. And yeah, maybe Chad, maybe I'm on the favorites here today, it feels like. So, all right. Okay, for me in this one, yeah, I think it's going to be the Pelicans as my play here on the show. I'll just take a peek and see if I want to. So I want to hit these premiums a little bit, but I want to bring us some good winners as well. Look, the steam has obviously been on the Pelicans a little bit here. I don't think it's hardcore just yet. We haven't seen a huge move, but the move's definitely on the Pelicans. I mean, they were as low as uh, 6.5, I want to say, maybe even some sixes out there. And Mike says if the star is out, that makes it even better. Yeah, you know what? And that's the other thing here, right? And if you want to even wait, if Zion is out, that spread will go down because I think the spread is reflective of him playing in this game. Oh, okay, Chad. All right. And I see your comments. So, okay, for me, I will. Let me just make sure I want to dabble in there with you guys on this road favorite. Um, feels like I do, but man, this is I would say as long as I hem and hawed about this game, might be my least favorite of them. But I will take the Pelicans on the road here and lay some points. Guess we're laying some points here with guess I'm on all the road teams so far. We're 3 games in. All right. Lakers and Spurs in this one. And you have the Lakers here, road favorite of 7.5. That's up from an opener. Maybe a little bit of a rogue opener was lower than this, but Lakers here obviously at -7 right now, even 7.5 now. Yeah, 7.5 and 234 going up against one of those bottom teams here. Certainly, it looks bad for the team for a league that was trying to maybe fix things a little bit with parity. They didn't. I don't know if they saw this coming because I think they've been spoiled a little bit with uh, teams that haven't been awful, awful, awful. Maybe these teams can turn around a little bit, but you do want to make sure they can at least get to, you know, 15 or 20 wins because it really just looks bad if you end up with such a terrible record. Brent's the first to act here on this one, and he likes the Spurs and an upset. If anything, right? I mean, I guess you could say the Lakers might be prime for maybe a little bit of a letdown uh, tonight. I feel that way as well. I probably want to try to take the Spurs against my Lakers tonight. That they could just look if you don't think that Wembanyama is a great player, you might not be watching. Look, there is plenty of things that he'll need to improve on, especially defense, bulking up. But you saw in that last, I mean, knocking down two threes in what the final minute third, whatever it was. I mean, look, they weren't going to come back probably, but again, I mean, you got your 7'4" guy with it doesn't look perfect because he's so big and awkward, but it's smooth. That's all you can ask. Obviously, the guy's shot a million 3-point practice shots in his career, and that's what's going to make this guy so special. There's nothing wrong with this guy, despite all these losses right now. He is a treat, a joy to watch. Certainly in this one. Thanks, Perky, for the tennis there today. I don't know if I'm ready to get into just any December tennis, but I'll play anything you tell me. Fernando's on the over here. Chad talking about bad teams. Okay, I thought those were your plays. I was going to be look at Chad on all these bad teams. So, if anything for me, I'm probably going to be on the Spurs here as a dog in this one. And I'm pretty sold on the total. Not going to give it away here. I'm not even going to hint at it. I love this total. It's going on my premium card for sure. We'll just say, if I could, about uh, you know, these two teams right now and the way things are going. Doesn't necessarily mean it's reflective, you guys, of the way I'm going in this total, but Solo is also on the over here. And you look at the Spurs are 9-2 to the over at home so far. But the Lakers should be noted, they're 4-12 to the under as a favorite, you guys. Now, uh, that doesn't necessarily, that's a lot of home games they were favored and it went under. At home, favorite, under Lakers, that's what they've been doing because Lakers on the road are 6-5 to the over. but still, um, I know you guys are on the over, and I'll just say, our Fernando and Solo are on the over. Ron wants the Spurs on the money line today. I might be with you for a sprinkle on that. I just feel like this is a dead spot for the Lakers. And Chad says he'd need to be a few more points. He'd lean Lakers, but maybe he'd need a few more points to get on the Spurs. And I don't know. I don't know if we're necessarily going to get that here in this one. Now, look, there is some injury concerns, certainly with the two stars. Now, Davis played last game. LeBron didn't, right? Uh, Davis turned his ankle early in the game, played through it. It was great to see that, right? Because how many times we make jokes on Twitter, or we got Anthony Davis there, you see in the chat, or Anthony Davis is headed to the locker room again. If that thing, and it's his hip that is listed, but I just meant, maybe the Lakers are trying to play it. You got to rest these two stars. You still got to win these games. I thought last year, the Lakers rested them at the same time too frequently, cost them in the standings early. The Lakers obviously know this year if they're going to do something, they need to have one series at home at least, it feels like to me. So they've got to take these games seriously in the games that they're playing weak teams, it feels like. So, all right, I'm on the Spurs here today, plus the points. And I think I would suggest, if you are with me, to get it now because I think that they're playing the Spurs. You should win this game. Anthony Davis did take a little bit of a beating in that game. He's got this injury, he's got that injury. Yeah, he's, crystal China out there, but he is showing some toughness. They're playing back to backs even right now. Kudos actually to Anthony Davis for his toughness, believe it or not, right now. Uh, in this one. And again, these guys are, still top notch athletes at the top of their game. Anthony Davis, he's not over the hill or anything. Um, maybe he's on his, just past the peak of his career. But, anyways, hopefully LeBron's in there as well tonight. No indication that he was expected to miss the game, even though he's on the list. I think it looked to me like, you're going to have LeBron out. He's eating, ham sandwiches on the bench. What else was he eating on the bench? All right, give me the Spurs in that one. And how about Reeves? I mean, we could talk about all the players in the game, but hey, man, Reeves has been looking great and great job. Nobody's, hey, might have had some question marks with Palinka. I mean, yeah, he gets the job. He's Kobe's agent, whatever. He buddied up to Genie and the crew, but he's earned now, I believe, the some accolades here for what's going on. I mean, look, you think the Lakers should be better, and last year was kind of a joke, and they're still trying to build up this roster around the stars, but they've done an okay job here, and Lakers will be competitive into the playoffs. They already proved it with that run in the tournament. Jeez, Peasy, you got me, man. You're the man. Let me see if I know I left you hanging a little bit. I could check real quick. We're in the pro basketball segment. I think we can get away with this one here. I could check to see if there's any sharp action maybe on some of these Euro baskets. See if I could do anything with it for you. Yeah. Well, he was in street clothes, Ron. Was that the rye bread? No, what bread was he on? Just on that. Perky wants the Euro baskets, and I was going to read it off yesterday, I think, and I just ended up not doing it. So Let's see what I've seen so far. I want to make sure I got these matchups right, because I know there's the two different events going. But you guys are here, nice enough for me to get. Let me just give you 1 second on this. Okay, actually, I just want was getting a little warm in here. Just wanted to take off my sweater there a little bit. All right. Yeah. Okay. So we got just a little bit of Euro steam here. At least I could give you Valencia and Olympiacos. They steamed that one over 152 and a half, and they also steamed Milano and Barcelona under 160 and a half. So I don't have any handicap for it. Didn't look ahead to that, but just wanted to. I can share that with you guys if it helps at all. And I appreciate you guys so much, and really excited that you guys are uh, into that those games. Okay, all right. Magic going to be at the Celtics here in this. We're only halfway through this card. Let's go. Let's go. Celtics a minus 6 point favorite here, and the total is at 224 and a half. We're definitely seeing this one up on some widely reported steam that came in, I believe, at around 222 was the number in that one. Celtics here. Uh, right now, obviously. Look, I mean, Orlando's been playing great defense as well, in my opinion. I think that's been kind of the key to their success. Is their underrated defense here? And I think when you look at this, kind of match up with the Celtics and a 6 point spread, you got to think, wow, that's some big time respect right now for Orlando and everything they're doing. Obviously, they're still one of the best spread teams in the league. I think they've fallen to number two now, though, right? But still, 16-6 against the spread so far this season. Just 6-4 against the spread on the road. Note the Celtics are 7-3 against the spread at home, but of late they've been, not getting all the numbers. They were just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games, and the Celtics are actually a game under 500 spread wise this season. But this matchup, I mean, you'd think that Brown, check the injury report, but I think Brown is back in, right, and expected to be in there. I mean, he should have a pretty fancy matchup, pretty good matchup here. Yeah, in fact, he's not even listed on the injured list today. Markel Fultz is questionable with some knee soreness here. Harris currently suspended, if I'm not mistaken, for Orlando. And let's see here. All right. For the Boston in this one, they are 5-0 straight up in their last 5 games at home. They've won 6 of 7 overall currently, including a 3-game winning streak, which included back-to-back wins over the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was one of those 2 games in 3 nights against the same team that we're seeing everyone kind of chip in a little bit. They're trying to cut down costs, believe it or not, or take care of some of these games, eliminate the travel. The players want a little tiny bit less travel. So they're playing more of these 2 games back to back, as they did with Cleveland. So it's been a little bit of a home stretch here, 4th straight home game right now for the Celtics. Orlando comes in having won and covered each of their last 2 games over Detroit and that Cleveland team as well. Orlando has won 11 of their last 13 games straight up, and Orlando has also covered the last 5 games against the Boston Celtics, including one already this season back on Let's see here. Back on November 24th, it was a 113-96 win for Orlando as a 5-point dog at home. Let's get your plays in this one. And man, that's high quality stuff right there. PZ, you guys should have your own Euro baskets show, it looks like to me. That is awesome information there. Cliff comes to us from Boston, and he's taking the Celtics tonight in this one. And Brent says, Magic, yep, they've been doing it in this series, no doubt. Been doing a great job and winning the games, right? Did they win them all or they win? Yeah, been winning against them, huh? They match up well. I would think if anything for me on Orlando, look, they will have trouble. I would think in the front court. I would think Bancaro and Batadza, probably pretty tough matchup even against KP there. But I would think for the Magic, they'll have more success in the backcourt and also with Wagner as a pretty okay matchup. I would think against Brown. Here's Gamble, Celtics money line first quarter. Chad says they play him tough. Fernando goes under. Brent has this one as a Boston win, cover, and over. Brent taking the Magic. All right. And I think I'm ready to uh, go with what I'm going to go with in this one. And for me, it's going to be on the over with the Celtics and the Magic here in this one. You got Orlando definitely playing to some overs here of late. 8 of their last 10 games have gone over. So Boston, nothing special. They're just kind of 50-50 over under, especially at home. But I'm going to be taking the over here. Widely reported steam came in on the over. I'm not really getting the best line there. Already moved it up to 224.5, and I see everywhere kind of moving up to that price too. So give me the over as my play in Orlando and Boston. All right, next up, Hawks and Raptors. Raptors, a 2.5 point favorite, and the total here in this, we'll call it two now. Total in this one is down to 241.5 on some widely reported steam coming in on the under in this game with Toronto and Atlanta. And the move has been slightly to Atlanta here in this one, it looks like. Yeah. Got an Atlanta team, both teams under 500. 9 and 14, 10 and 14, basically something right around there. Currently, both teams about 3 or 4 games under 500. You have Atlanta. We know they've been one of the worst spread teams in the league, the worst spread team in the league, I guess, so far this season. They're not playing well at all right now, having just covered 1 of their last 10 games overall. They're also 4-8 against the spread on the road. Toronto's been just mediocre against the spread, certainly, and just 6-6 straight up at home, if I'm not mistaken. I love it, Peasy. Thank you very, very much. I think you got your guys here. You got some of the crew, if you know what I mean. All right, give me the Raptors at home, says Chad. The Hawks burning that money. Yeah, Toronto hasn't been great either, but man, right now the Hawks. Oof. Fernando though, ready to start diving in. He's got him at a buy. He's got this as an obvious buy low point here. It feels like to me. I gotta be honest. I'm kind of leaning that way. I may actually, could I actually get in with him out on get with him on that. And talking about some of the Hawks' uh, woes here with Johnson out. Brent talking about Johnson with that wrist injury, and there's other, that's been a couple of weeks now. Obviously, Griffin is out tonight, personal reasons. DeAndre Hunter is questionable. So there are definitely some issues here for the Hawks. And now hasn't necessarily slowed the Sharps here in this one. They've kind of got Atlanta kind of ticketed, uh, kind of as as the play to a certain extent from successful Sharps. I mean, that's the way it looks to me. I don't know if I can give it out as a premium because I'm scared, but I'm probably going to end up on the Hawks here on the money line to win a game, you guys. Okay. Here's Brent. He likes the Hawks today. And Chad says, it looks like we're getting the Chad challenge here in this one. I think he's saying the Sharps are dead wrong. Well, I want to say that it is two-way action from the Sharps, in my opinion. I just feel like the groups that might be a little more successful, and this is strictly that market speculation that I don't have any details, charts, information. It's just my market read. So really, it's just my handicap against the line movement here. But there's no doubt that there are certain challenges at this point, the way the Hawks are going. But and Toronto, I mean, they're not covering anything, they're not winning anything, but Toronto's been pretty bad too, right? Mike's on Toronto. Yeah, I mean, they got the win in the last game. We're dealing with another of those home and home dealios here. That's the thing. And Toronto just got the win 135 to 128 two nights ago in this one. And, so playing the second game of the series. Chad says, I'm on too many bad teams. And no, I don't see the problem, Chad. never, never, I'm never going to stop firing. Here's Rodney here on the Raps. Okay, give me the Hawks. I'll take the Chad challenge in this one. And two teams not playing very, very well. And I'll take my chances with a couple of points here of the Hawks. All right. Right, Chad? You know me, I'm never going to bow to the masses. I need guys like you guys to, give our chat the lowdown on the facts. Let me take the ugly dogs here. All right. Rockets here. If it's fade material for you guys, and then I'm all for it. Let's get our views up. Thank you to the 5 dozen of you here right now joining me today. This is the highlight of my career. All right, Rockies and Grizzlies here. Rockies, Rockets on the road. The Rockets red glare in this one. They're favored by 3.5, and the total up to 212.5. And boy, how things have changed, huh? Remember when the Grizzlies used to be good and the Rockets were bad? Well, maybe that's still the case, but right now it's the Rockets, a road favorite. That's big news. Yeah, the Grizzlies do have some injury concerns here that probably is affecting the line as well, not to mention their long-term problems with their player, but Desmond Bain left last game, if I'm not mistaken, or he was listed as questionable with an illness. I thought it was an on-court injury, no? It listed as illness, so there's your 25 points per game scorer right there, missing this game. I hope that they can step up here for Memphis. I want to probably be on Memphis in this one. I know that you guys probably loving the Rockets, but I'll probably be on a dog. You have for Memphis, they've done pretty well in this series. They've won 5 of the last 6 meetings here in Memphis. Memphis has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games, but in general, these teams are, I believe, kind of more trending under. This is the low total of the day, obviously at 212, and probably for good reason. You look at these two teams. I mean, Memphis is 3-7 to the under at home this season, 4-8 to the under as an underdog. Houston is 6-13 to the under overall this season. And Or 1 and 2 to the under is a favorite. They've actually been a favorite 3 other times. Right. Um, let's take a look at what you guys might have in this one. Then I'll give a play as well. Brent says the Rockets should roll here. Yeah, they're 12-5-2 against the spread. Memphis is just 3-7 against the spread at home, 5-7 against the spread as an underdog. Mention the Rockets being favored for only the fourth time this season. They're 2-0-1 against the spread in those three roles as a favorite. They're also 7-2-1 in their last 10, so playing well. Brent says it'll be 111-107. Hello to Lazzy Love here today. All right. Chad can't get with me on this one with the Grizz. I'm pretty sure I want the Grizzlies here, even without their star. I know I'm getting a little bonus here, aren't I, by taking Memphis? All right. Well, I think I know where I'm going with the total in this one, but I'm going to definitely take Memphis here, I believe, on the show. See if we got anything else. Thank you, TW, for your numbers here. And Brent, maybe just go money line or something like that, or he'll lay a bucket. All right. Give me the Grizzlies at home without their star, without their, lead current star anyway. I want to say hello and welcome to Stephen Downey. Appreciate you, Stephen. I want to blow up your avatar here and see what it looks like. Investec Capital Funding. Great to have you, Stephen. Could always count on you if these plays go down. We'll just hit up some capital investments. Everybody knows. Everyone on this chat, brother, knows that for me right now, it's all. I know it might be a little crazy for a solid investor like you, but I'm all about the Avalanche, and it's not the Colorado Avalanche. It's that Avalanche cryptocurrency that's been on fire. So we're rolling with it again today. I think it's up another 9 or 10%. All right. Crazy crypto investors. Here's Solo on the Rockets. And Chad says, look, remote. You can't do it. They've only, Oh, he's kind of with me there. Yeah, 1-8. Something's got to give, Chad, tonight. You got a 1-8 road team against a 1-9 home team. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Brent. The bookmakers aren't. They also have access to the injury reports. So they've actually adjusted for the line here in this one for Bane to be questionable and have set the line at 4. So you're actually here, if you do like the Rockets, you might want to play them now because it feels like if Bane is ruled out, because like I said, right now I believe it's just questionable, right? Or no, yeah, it's questionable. So if he is ruled out, I would imagine that this line will, increase. So I have to take it now because I'm here. All right, I think there's one more in the NBA tonight with the Knickerbockers at the Suns. And what can you say right now about the Phoenix Suns? We saw, of course, their last much talked about here, I think, on the show. Phoenix with that last game. It was the game against Brooklyn. And remember, we talked about how, KD, he'll want to play well. But remember, it was all the Brooklyn players coming back to play the Suns. That was the big difference, I guess. Hey, the Knicks are 7-5 against the spread on the road this season, but they're an underdog here to the Suns. The Suns have been a bit of a money burner at home, 4-7 against the spread so far at home. You look at Phoenix 9-2 to the over at home so far this season, and the Knicks are also uh, going over for the most part, 7-5 on the road. And Chad's ready to roll already with this game. It looks like updating us with some significant injuries. I'm showing the line currently at 5-231, but you got Mitch Robb still out with that ankle injury. For the Suns here, the Phoenix, they've won the last 5 times against the New York Knicks, no doubt about it. Or, well, 4 of the last 5, right? If I'm not mistaken. 5 straight at home. That's what it is. You mentioned the game at New York, 116, 113. The Knicks were a 6.5 point favorite there of late. And in that game, it was back on, oh man, nearly 3 weeks ago now. And the Suns won that one, mentioned right there. Chad said they beat them up pretty good in that one. Phoenix has won 10 of the last 11 games straight up when playing New York. So total's gone over in 5 straight on the road for the Knicks. And 5 straight in general, because I don't think they're on a 5-game road trip here. They did bounce back home for that game against Toronto. Brent says he's on the Suns here in this one, and I'm probably going to be on the Suns. I think that series history might play into it a little bit for me. Fernando says he's going to go over. I thought the game, let's see. Do I have the current total right? 5-231. What am I listing on screen? Yeah, that's fine. 5-231.5. Okay, that should be fine. I like Phoenix as well. I'll take Phoenix. Seems like the sharps are all over Phoenix. I don't know if it's the best play necessarily, but it seems overwhelming to me. Public percentages look kind of split, but I'm going to take the Suns to cover this one. Rodney's going over. Mike, Suns are due for a win, coming off that. Yeah, they've lost 3 of their last 4, but they've been playing a tough schedule. Brooklyn, Warriors, Kings, Lakers, Memphis. Prop here for Booker over in the assist department. Yeah, I got Mitch Robb as at least questionable. TW. So we'll have to see. Can you one more look at maybe an updated report? But I've got him listed as questionable, but I thought it was a long-term injury. Actually, it's a turned ankle, right? So I thought he was having a procedure done on it and was going to miss some significant time. So the Don Best let me look here. The Don Best report says questionable, but I think that's not no, it says out indefinitely. Okay. No, from my understanding, it is he needs an ankle procedure done. I believe there's surgery, or maybe there wasn't. All right, you got me here. Let me take a look. He will have a left ankle surgery this week and will be reevaluated in 8 to 10 weeks. So I think that settles that. I might have missed that. I might have missed that news. I just thought it was going to be extended to absence. So bad news for Mitch Robb. After missing the last 2 games, he'll be missing some serious time here. All right. And again, that one's factored into the line for sure. Let's take the Suns here as the free play. Raise on it. Like I said, it feels like the sharps are all over it. I'm not even sure I'm into it that much. I like the total, though. All right, we got a couple of college games here to look at today. I picked three games for us. Oh, pardon you guys. If I've got any requests, let me know. I can maybe just hey, maybe hazard some guesses out there. Looks like we're through throwing darts on the college games. All right. We had a premium winner yesterday with Citadel and Charleston. Easy winner on the over in that one. We also gave out Furman and Tulane over. How about that game? Well, I know it went overtime. I don't know. Was it double overtime? I know they both, I think they cracked 100 by the time that one was over. It was like, wasn't it 81 to 81? No, 91 to 91 at the end of regulation or something like that. So we had a winner there on the show. We also gave out St. Thomas and Marquette over here on the show yesterday. So let's have some winners here in college ball. Northern Colorado, the Bears and the Buffs in this one to start us off with a few college games. Look, the short schedule, just pick the major TV games here. This is still Pac-12 Network. Half of you don't get that anyways, and it's going bye-bye, I think. Don't be putting your investment money in the Pac-12 Network if there was such a thing. All right, in this one, Northern Colorado has gone over in 6 of their last 7 games on the road, dating back to last season. Northern Colorado in this series, Colorado has gotten the money at home in 4 of the last 5 matchups between these two teams. Colorado has won 5 straight meetings between these two. They've been semi-frequent opponents over the last few years, but they did play last year. It was 88 to 77. The Buffs won at home here. It's always at Colorado, by the way, over this series. But again, this is a series they play pretty much every other year, and Colorado won by 11 last year, and they got a lay 22 points here to the Bears. Northern Colorado is just 2-5 so far against the spread, but 2-1 against the spread on the road. Colorado, meanwhile, is 5-4 against the spread. They are 5-0 at home. Northern Colorado is 0-3 on the road. That doesn't matter. This one's about the spread. With this one, with that big number. And well, for me, I kind of like the total. So, not sure I want to even hint at it here necessarily. Let me get a few numbers here on this game. The Bears have gone over in 4 of their 7 games. 2-1 to the over on the road. Colorado 5-4 to the over, but 4-2 to the over at home. So, okay, little game, lot of points. Okay. Take the points or stay. Okay. All right, let me just check here real quick. I think I'm ready to go on this one. The widely reported steam did come in on Northern Colorado, and that's probably just what I would do too. I'm just going to take the points here in this one with the Bears. Colorado's great this year. I mean, no doubt. They definitely have a pretty decent team. They've been fun to watch. And if anything, maybe they've given just a little bit back of late. I mean, after all, they have a couple of losses now. They've won 2 straight, but of course they lost to CSU on the road by 5 points, getting just 4, and they lost to Florida State. Lost that one by just a half a point. So Colorado 7-2 straight up. 2 of their losses against decent opposition. Both those losses came by just half a point against the spread. They lost and failed. Okay, I'll take the Bears, though, to cover in this one. Not getting the best of it, that's for sure. Could have got a point and a half more, it looks like. 22, 21 and a half, 21 at Circa. 21 at Circa. So, all right, New Mexico and New Mexico State. in this one. And you have New Mexico State and Las Cruces. Here, an underdog, 15 points, and the total 153. Big move to the under here, and a little bit of a move to the Aggies in this one. We talk about Aggie football tomorrow, that's for sure, with our man. But here you go. So some widely reported steam did come in on the over in this one, but right now the move has definitely been to the under. It almost seems like it's gone from 153 almost all the way up to 156 and now back down again to 153. And I would probably trust that secondary move than that initial move. I'm always going to prefer a secondary move to for the most part, but I think the under is going to be a pretty simple call here for me here at 153. For New Mexico right now, they have gone 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 meetings against the Aggies. Last season was 106 to 62. New Mexico won as a 17.5 point favorite at home. So it's pretty much, not always a blowout, but they did meet twice in 2021 and split the series there. New Mexico State actually won one of the games, won in the pit 78-76 2 years ago, nearly to the day. They played both games. They played a game in December of that year. Total has gone over in 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams. And let's see here. And looks like nothing from you guys. I think Mike is speculating on grain prices in the chat. I don't know. All right. Under is my play in this game, despite the widely reported steam on the over. I've got to respect this sharp move to the under here. All right. One more, and it's the featured game of the night with UConn on the road here against Gonzaga. And look, really intriguing matchup, right? For the most part, because of UConn. I don't know where you have them currently, but you certainly got to have them in your top, uh, you know, top couple of teams. I would guess at this point, coming in a road favorite here against Gonzaga. We can talk about Gonzaga. Not, are they not, the usual Gonzaga? I'm not so sure they're not. They are not, if you will. We still got a star in Nemhard. You got a guy like Ike who continues to, improve. They give him a legitimate uh, guy inside there. So far the losses have been to Washington. Uh, that wasn't great, but they were on the road in that one, and then they lost to Purdue and they beat everybody else so far. Connecticut, of course, has that loss to Kansas on the road, but they beat Carolina so far. They beat Texas. They beat Indiana. So just real interesting matchup. And this one is not at the Kennel, by the way. I believe this one. Let me see. Yeah, they're going to play this one at the big arena. So that's something to consider. I mean, it's still going to be, Kennel like, if you will. Not quite the intimate scene of the Kennel. And it looks like Poppy likes the over here in this one, and I'm going to be totally on board with that. I mean, in fact, I'll maybe just hint at it now that, let's do it. Let's do it, Poppy. Let's do it. One on the show here. I like the side, anyways, so I think we can get with it here. But my man from Dagestan today is going to be going with the over, and I will too. So great to have my good friend Poppy here. We've done plenty of MMA podcasts together, so just great to have you stopping by, my brother. And I'll take the over with you. You're nice enough to comment, make a play with me. think we already had one disagreement, so I better get on with you here. I like this one to go. Seems pretty cheap actually. It seems pretty low here. Oh, is it moving higher and I'm missing the point here? Oh no, I mean, 151. I'm showing pretty much everywhere at this point. Poppy says he's got a little bit better at that. TW didn't get the best price. That's a surprise, but if if, if it's moving higher for a reason, I mean, these two teams are combined 17-3 straight up so far this season. So real good game. It's at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, but hey, no problem, right? I mean, it's Friday night. And if anything, again, you do have Connecticut's been pretty strong against the spread so far. 6-3 against the spread as a favorite. Gonzaga not necessarily getting their uh, money so far. They are 5-0 at home, but 2-3 against the spread. However, most of their opportunities were as favorites. In fact, in their 9 games thus far, 9 line games anyway. They've been favored in 7 of them. All right, so give me the over with Poppy. Widely reported Steam did come in on the over in this game. It came in at 150.5. So, and let me at least bump it up. One thing we do here, my brother, is give out the toughest line possible that I can find to make sure that there's some value when you get to the window. All right. All right, that's college ball for today. Some other decent games I thought about taking a look at, including Portland State and San Diego. I can't believe San Diego's 7-4 for some of the problems that the Toreros have been having. But like I said, I imagine Steve Lavin will get it together a little bit in conference play. Cleveland State and Bradley. I'll pass along some of that steam here, maybe verbally right now, real quick, just as part of the college coverage today, since there wasn't that much other steam rolling out. Cleveland State Bradley under 141.5 got steamed by the Sharps, and so did Mount St. Mary's and St. Francis over 134. That was also some widely reported steam by the line service. All right. I'm going to move to the hockey now. We got 6 games on tap. TW, just please note, and I don't mean to be, pointing at, but I just want you to note that it's the University of San Diego that is playing today at home against Portland State, and UC San Diego. They're a new entry, so there could be, not that you're maybe an expert better or you've read the schedule wrong, but some people are starting to get a little bit confused as well because UC San Diego, a new entry to Division One over the last couple of years. They've been in Division One now a couple of seasons, several seasons now. But this is the University of San Diego, who have been around for quite a while in the major. So just please note that. Let me look for you though and give you a play, since I don't know. I didn't mean to admonish you like that, and it may have just been kind of a typo. But don't want you to get the wrong team. That's what I'm saying there. And I'll give out a play since it is my hometown, and I did make a comment like that to try to make sure we get this right. I am going to take Portland State today as a road favorite against USD tonight. And that one, they play their game. Okay, thank you. Oh, okay, interesting. They might have it very wrong. They could have it wrong there. So yeah, this is the University of San Diego. They play their games at the Jenny Craig Pavilion, and so if I know we know about this down in San Diego, and it's kind of a nickname, a cute nickname, but Jenny Craig, she's the weight loss entrepreneur, wealthy on her weight loss programs, and so they call the Jenny Craig Pavilion the Slim Jim. All right, and that's University of San Diego Toreros. All right, and they play in the West Coast Conference. And one time I was in, for some reason, this is one night I was in the Super Ocho Hotel in Tijuana. Don't ask me why I was there or how I was there, but I watched on a little color TV, hanging out in my a room in Tijuana. There's sports books in Tijuana. Let me just make it clear what I was doing, but I was hanging out there for a night, watching a game in my little Tijuana hotel room, and University of San Diego upset Gonzaga to win the West Coast Conference championship, and uh, uh, went out and had a few margaritas after that. All right, let's get to hockey now. It's at the old Super Ocho. Here we go with the Ducks and the Islanders to get it kicked off. Dropping the puck here tonight. The Ducks on the. Where's the line? Is there no line for this game? Is the producer falling asleep? Man, I've got 2 or 3 games where I didn't put the line in. What was I doing? I even got up early today. Mostly, went to bed last night after right after that Charger game. I was so. It's a fine line, right? I mean, a friend of mine from one of these shows talks about. I like to call it the emotional hedge sometimes when you're just betting to bet. I'm a bit of a uh, degenerate gambler, certainly, but um, the emotional hedge, you kind of bet against your own team, and that way, if the other team wins, well, I bet the Raiders last night just because I didn't trust the Chargers, but I doesn't mean I wasn't upset with the Chargers. All right, let me get that line here in the Ducks game. I'm just stalling because I didn't have the line typed into the graphics. They're $3 favorites now, anyways, are the Rangers. What? Come on. You're following these Ducks around? You don't got your ducks in a row? There is no way I'm taking the island or the. Okay, that's the problem. Did you guys even correct me yet? Why do I have? I don't even have the right team. No wonder I didn't have the line out there. All right, let's start over. Ducks and Rangers here, and yeah, I was questioning it already, but it doesn't matter. My play is going to be, I'm sure, on the Ducks here. Forget the Rangers as a $3 favorite. I can't trust that at all. And I'll try to find every way I can, I'm sure, to get on the Ducks in this one. Probably even a little money line action, I would imagine. Here, I'll take them. But I'll take the Ducks minus at 1.5. I'm not kidding. I'll take them minus 1.5. I'll take them on the money line. I'll take them plus 1.5. I'll take them plus 2.5. Yeah, I might put more on plus the 2.5 and just kind of alter it like this. But I like the Ducks in this one. I kind of want to go premium here, but I don't want to scare anybody. I like an upset tonight for Anaheim. Let me see if I don't know if I had any. This, for me, isn't necessarily a spot here where I'm just trying to be, any angle, or I'm just looking at it as if a spot here where I think I could get uh, some flat some flat Rangers. It's just what it kind of feels like to me in this one. Now, certainly with the total set right there, what did I say? 6 over. So yeah, I mean you got Shesterkin, you got Gibby in there today, but I'm just looking for to take a price. That's pretty much it. I mean, I do have an Anaheim team. They've lost 4 straight games, but they've been in every game. They compete, right? I mean, look, they lost to the Islanders. That's what it was. I just left the. I still haven't finished the graphic there technically, but I just left the graphic up from the last game and tried to fill it in. Wasn't paying attention, but the Ducks played the Islanders. They lost that game 4-3. A couple nights ago, and Rangers have, this is an East-West series. So they don't see each other but twice a year. But Rangers have won the last 5, and they've won them pretty convincingly to a certain extent. I don't have much I can just argue necessarily, other than the fact that the Ducks are pretty good at, puck lines. Maybe that's for sure. There are 8-5 on the puck line on the road, usually as an underdog this season. In fact, they're 16-12 on the puck line, and 15-10 is a puck line dog. So I want to take them. Rangers are 4-8 on the puck line at home, and you're dealing with a puck line here. There's a certainly a very, very reasonable price, I would think, to take Anaheim. I don't know if I can convince any of you guys on this. I don't see any comments on the hockey yet so far. I don't think. Oh, here comes something maybe. But at plus 1.5, at minus 110 or less, I'm willing to take Anaheim here, and I want Anaheim. No one's even um, taking this game, and you got Mike. I think he's on this game. Looking from his comment here. Let me see. Uh, yes, Mike is with me. You can see information right there. He's obviously on the Ducks. Give me the Ducks. Final. Give me the Ducks for everything. Everything I've got. Kidding. Predators and Hurricanes here. I am on the Ducks. Predators and Hurricanes in this one. I think you might be surprised. I might be on a few dogs here. It feels like it might be underdog. Did someone already mention underdog day in hockey at the beginning of the show? Because I might feel like taking another flyer here on the Preds. A lot of people have been critical of the Predators' play, but they've won 5 of 6. Now they may have been looking back because they've been so inconsistent, right? They've been streaky. They've been streaky. So by the time someone who might not be paying full attention to it might be saying that they're struggling, they've been hot again. They've also been playing some pretty good defense. They've gone under in 5 of the last 6 games. Carolina's been going more over at home, but I would think at $1.70. I'm more interested. These teams have similar records. I probably want to take Nashville here. Carolina owns the series. They've won 9 of the last 10 meetings here between these two in Carolina. But I want to take the Predators. They're coming off the 3-2 win over Philadelphia in overtime. 3 nights ago, I think, on that one. They also beat Montreal 2-1. They lost to Toronto, but before that, they beat Tampa Bay. So a little bit of a good run here. And meanwhile, Carolina, they have won 2 straight. They beat Detroit on the road. They beat Ottawa on the road, but they finally come back home after a long, I think it was a 5-6 game road trip. And now they're back home for the first game. Some people like that as an angle. I don't know if it's my angle here necessarily in this one. So, all right. Poppy says here he's talking about this one. Now, let me see if I can hint at the total here. I don't really know. I don't know if I have anything for you, Poppy, on this one on the total. I'm not even necessarily reserving it for. Yeah. Just go ahead and give me the Predator. Let me take another dog. Take another dog here. All right. Let me check something real quick. Okay. All right. I'm back. Let's see here. Next up, we got the Bruins and the Islanders. Now we got a road favorite here with Boston. They are minus $1.30. Call it $1.20 now. 5.5. $1.20. I'm gonna have to adjust this one. $1.20 and the total 5.5, or has it gone up here? 5.5 over. Okay, that's fine. With the Bruins and the Islanders here. Look, I know they're trying to get a little cute on these totals, and yeah, we are starting to see maybe finally a little bit more pressure, a few more under results, right? We've seen just a couple of 5. We saw one last night was 5.5. Actually, it went up to, what game was that? There was a game last night, 5.5, and it went up to 6, right? You guys might be able to help me out. Oh, the Washington Philadelphia game, right? And it was going under for most of and then it went over, but it was 0-0 at the end of the first period, if I'm not mistaken, in the Flyers game last night, and that was set at 5.5. We're definitely looking at 5.5 here. We might be looking at 5.5 flat at some of the spots, but I don't know if I'm going to see it that way. I don't know if I'll see it that way. Bruins in goal. I don't have the goalie listed, but let's see what we have. Do I have two goal? Do I have two? Is it Lena Solmark? Let me see. Maybe it's going to be. Here we go, you guys. Yeah, maybe it will be Linus Olmark in there. I thought was he in last game? Uh, might be a little bit behind here on some of this. It will. Sorokin is confirmed in goal here. He's won two straight, and he was uh, backup, I believe, in last game or two, but he's back here tonight. The Islanders are certainly playing well right now, no doubt about it. They're on a 4-game winning streak at this point, and they're a dog here. So, about that. Boston for whatever reason has kind of stopped scoring here of late, and maybe that's reflected in the line. Now, I don't know if these two teams can help themselves in this series. That's the thing. The Islanders have gone over in 7 of their last 8 games. Let me make sure of that. Boston has won the last 5 meetings, including covering 4 puck lines, but should note that the Islanders have covered the puck line in 9 of their last 10 against Boston. I believe most, if not all, have come as a dog. Now, let me see. They played back in November at Boston. It was a 5-2 win. We mentioned Boston's been winning them, but they're close games when they play at home. Now, the last meeting here was 4-1 last year. Boston got the best of them. But I don't know. I would maybe I just prefer the total here in this one. I think I want to give the Islanders a chance, but maybe Boston can get healthy in this one. Let's go ahead and I'm going to take the Bruins. I'm already on 2 dogs. I'm not taking them because I'm not taking a favorite because of that. I mean, Boston, if anything, they're still 8-3-3. It's funny, they're 8-3-3 on the road this season. They're not profitable on the road. They're usually favored by quite a bit more. So if anything, at $1.20, maybe I'm getting a little bit of a price here. Credit the Islanders, man, to be where they are right now, basically in second place, battling with Philly. Yeah, maybe the Metro's down. I don't know. They're still 14-7-7, right, with that winning streak. But I will note for their home games right now, 16 games at home, they're still down nearly 2 units at home. So maybe not the best scenario here, but I would Boston 4-2, 4-3, whatever. I feel like it could go over. Any comments from you guys? Not on this one. Let's move on then and get this show over with. And I want to appreciate everybody for joining me here today. I've got Ottawa and I've got Dallas. We've got a Forsberg sighting here. Stars $1.95, maybe $2 at home. Total 6.5 under 20. I'm showing 205 now at a lot of spots for Dallas. And the total has gone up a little bit. Maybe it's even 6.5 flat. Let's call it that, and then we'll talk about it. See if you guys are on anything, any comments from the chat. Ottawa has covered the puck line in 5 straight against the Stars. Also, Ottawa's 6-1 on the puck line the last 7 games in Dallas. Total's gone over in 7 of Dallas's last 8 home games, 6 of their last 7 overall. And let's see. Oh, okay. For me in this one, well, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to do with the total here, but I'm going to probably be on another dog with the Senators here. I think these prices are just getting a little bit too high. I don't necessarily have a great situation here necessarily to sell you on the Senators here, other than the fact that I'm getting $1.65, $1.70, maybe even $1.75 here in this one. Look, Ottawa, they're not quite 500, but they've covered a few puck lines, and Dallas is 4-9 on the puck line at home so far this season. So, yeah, maybe I'm more apt to want to take the puck line in this one. I'll do it on the show. The others are kind of, like I said, officially money lines, but again, I like to spread it all around here. Make sure I get a little bit for my efforts here with Ottawa in this one, and I want to take the Senators as an underdog today. Ottawa just um, let's see, 11-13 overall, but remember Ottawa's played a lot of games at home so far. They've only played 7 of their 24 games have been on the road. So maybe there's still some things that they have to prove, but I'm going to go ahead and take them here tonight. I imagine that this will be, maybe they're taking the over, but what is the total? Is it over 6.5? What do I have on screen there? Because I like it under. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, in fact, look, it's already 6.5 under 15. So, uh, pretty sharp move here. It's not official. I'll take the Senators, but I think you guys know where I'm headed with this one. Ray's going over, though. All right. Mike says it could be a 1-goal game. All right, the Sharks and the Coyotes. Well, hey, what can you say? The Sharks, I think they're out of last place in the Pacific Division, if I'm not mistaken. I think they've actually supplanted right now Anaheim by 1 point. So for all that good start, now Anaheim's lost 4 games in a row, and now San Jose, hey, with their awesome home record, they're 6-2, but they are going on the road here to take on Arizona. And Arizona's been okay at home so far, 8-5 record, but Arizona's on a 4-game losing streak currently. San Jose has covered 5 straight puck lines in a row, so maybe they should be able to compete here. This total has gone over in 9 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams in in Arizona. Obviously, that's over a couple of different arenas there in Arizona. They've only been in this one a couple of seasons now. Arizona is also 4-1 against the puck line in their last 5 at home, but I will note, I believe they were a favorite in one of those. All right. Right now, San Jose 9-17. Let's see, what are they? What do I really have them at? Yeah, 9-17 straight up, but 5-10 on the puck line on the road. Meanwhile, Arizona 13-2 right now. And look at this. What do I have the line on screen? Because this one's moved, right? Big move here on San Jose. The Coyotes were favored $1.75, $1.85 now. There's still 205 at DraftKings, but it does feel like there is a bit of a move here to the Sharks. Like maybe they just can't swallow the fact that they are such a big favorite and having lost 4 in a row. In fact, I'm showing the total at Bovada has dipped to 6 over 15 and at circa 6.5 under 25. So definitely seeing a little bit of move here to the under right now. Oh, let me update that and get it back on screen, our graphic. There we go. And for me here in this one, man, I really want to take the under, I think is going to be my call. I'm not necessarily sold on San Jose just yet. I guess that's kind of the lean at this point. They seem to get those puck lines, but let me just go ahead and take the under here. it does seem to be a little bit of reverse line movement to the over. But if I'm already seeing a 6 over 20, the move is to the under. I'd tend to trust that move. I don't know if I have a big confidence necessarily in this game, especially there, Mike talking about the game. I don't know if that. He doesn't mean in this. He doesn't mean in this series. I see what he's saying. He's meant the Sharks beat Winnipeg 2-1 in their last game at home. In this series, these two teams have not met yet this season. All right, Ray's on the under. I'm on the under too, Ray. All right. Okay, let's get to the Sabres and the Knights here in this one. And we have oh, there's another one. Man, I got up like at 3 in the morning for this show, and because I didn't do my graphics last night. So obviously I got a little bit of a problem here. All right, the Golden Knights are 220 and 6.5 under 20. Let's go ahead and put that line up. Producer and the host. Yeah, there it is. Golden Knights here, 220 favorite at home here against the Buffalo Sabres. In this one, you have a Vegas team that's won, well, 6 of their last 7 games right now. They're starting to heat up again and get back to their winning ways. They're obviously in a battle with the Kings, going to be all season long, it feels like, at the top, because the Kings are good. You got to figure the Knights are still good, and they probably should take care of business here in this one. Vegas has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games. Buffalo pretty good on the puck line. On the road, dating back to last season, they've covered 15 of their last 23 puck lines on the road, including 10-6 on the road on the puck line this season. Vegas just 3-7 on the puck line in their last 10 games. The Golden Knights are 20-5, 25-4 straight up so far. They've won 6-1-3 in their last 10 games, and 11-2 at home so far this season. So, well, obviously the Knights are in a pretty good spot to probably take care of business here, but it's just a matter of if you think that line is a little bit, maybe a little bit too high. So far I've seen just a little bit of steam kind of trickling in on the under here. This is not a great game for me. I'm not feeling very confident in this game at all. But I'll lean to the under, and I'll take the under here. If it's going to be 6.5 under 20 right now, that's going to be fine. I mean, for me, on a free play, I don't think I can give it out as a premium. So Mike is on the Knights here in this one. Yeah, I mean, look, you got Vegas right now at home with a 11-2-2 record. They've won 4 in a row. No reason why, East Coast team like Buffalo, 6-8-2 on the road. I think I said they played 7 games on the road. That's not correct. Oh no, we were talking about a different team. Okay, we were talking about who was it? Ottawa or something? Ottawa, right? Yeah. Okay. Uh, confused. Confused Ramon. Get out of here. That's it for hockey. Give me the under in this one with Buffalo and the Knights. I mean, look, the Knights have gone under in 10 of their 15 home games so far this season, and Buffalo right now has gone under in just about every game over the last couple of weeks. In fact, I think they're 1-9 to the under in their last 10. They've gone under. I want to say I said 1-9 to the under. I think it's actually 1-8-1 to the under, or it might even be 2-8. Whatever the case may be, it's a lot of unders of late for Buffalo. So I'll go under, and that's it for the hockey. All right. Let's. Selected here. I have one football game to discuss for you today with FCS playoff action here with South Dakota State, big favorite. This one's at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific. We've seen already a pretty sharp move to the under here, moving from 46 down to 45. And I kind of like that move under. I don't know if I'm even going to get to a premium in this game. So I think I might try both side and total here. Under is my play. In this game, and it's just a fine line. It's a thread the needle special, so I don't think I'm going to be able to put it in as a premium because I think Albany can cover actually in this game. They've already pulled off a couple of wins here to get to this point, and getting 3 touchdowns. So if it stays under, I think that increases or enhances the chances for an Albany cover here in this one. The final score of this game is expected to be somewhere around 31-13 or so, 34-13, 34-10, 31-10, somewhere right in there. So let's dial it back, and I think Albany can cover the spread. So I will say that the final score of this game is going to be 28-13. 28-13 sounds good to me. Exact score line. Give me Albany in the under in this one tonight. Oh, Mike is an Albany fan. Great. Well, it's been an awesome season. It's been an awesome couple of playoff games, certainly here. But still, yeah, going up against pretty solid team here in this one. But I will say this, and I think if Mike might even know because he's a fan, that Albany's been taking the money for sure. This game opened as high. I show one line as high as let me see here. FanDuel opened the game 23.5. And it's all the way down here to 21 or so. So Albany's taking the money, and maybe I'm just tailing the steam here a little. Well, I obviously am as far as technically, because this one was as high as 46 and now down to 45. I think we can check on that one. And that's going to do it for the show. And I also want to make one other note. Breaking news, a little bit of breaking news. Not a big story, but just some information that just came out. It was in this game right here between the Ducks and the Rangers that we already talked about. Told you I'm on the Ducks, and I'll be in there with the backup tonight, but I don't have a problem with that. I think Dostal can be fine here. Not losing much, I don't think, with Gibson. Yeah, we love Gibby. Great career. Hopefully he can find his way to a good team and do something before it's all over. But Dostal gets to start. That one just came across high speed. Sports Wire, Dostal's in there for the Ducks. Hopefully that's why you tune in here. Thanks, everybody. See everybody checking out. Leaving. Close the door on your way out. And appreciate you guys for joining me here on the Mornings Team. We'll be back tomorrow. Of course, we're going to preview bowl games here tomorrow. Make sure you join me. There's an early game tomorrow at 8 a.m., 11 Eastern and 8 Pacific with Georgia Southern and Ohio U. Other bowl games tomorrow with Jacksonville State. Or it's Louisiana. You got Miami O and App State, New Mexico State and Fresno, the big UCLA Boise game, and you got that game where Gronk is going to sing the national anthem. That should be scary. And the Independence Bowl, Cal and Texas, and we'll even play the Celebration Bowl with Howard and FAMU. That's going to do it here on the Mornings Team. So check us out tomorrow. We got bowl game action. And, did I fail to mention? We've got 3 games tomorrow in the National Football League for you, Minnesota and Cincinnati, followed by, hey, I'm still on the air, guys. Minnesota and Cincinnati, Pittsburgh and Indy, Denver and Detroit. 3 good games. I mean, look at those records. 5 of the 6 teams tomorrow are 7-6, and Detroit's 9-4. So we'll check out NFL action, NBA, NHL, college basketball as well. Thank you so much. Hey, join me in the Discord. And don't forget, check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Get this 3-day all sports premium pass from me after 3 p.m. Eastern, noon today. In that little 1-hour window, that'll get you 4 days of Ramon Scott, all sports premium pass. And hey, if you got a stigma about paying somebody for picks, paying a tout or whatever, hey, just say you're supporting Ramon and you're going to get his picks along with it. 4 days worth of picks, probably 30 picks at least over the next 4 days here on the site, and promise to do my best and win. So please consider that. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. You see it, just $99 right there. Call it $79. Spend the weekend with me here. You can hit me up in the Discord. If you subscribe and you want some other game, like all these guys, like all these Tony, they've got their high, high roller service. I'm servicing you guys, so you can hit me up in the Discord if you need another game and I'm not covering it. I'll come at you with a pick. Of course. I mean, I'm firing all day long. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. Appreciate you guys so much. Appreciate the team here at Tony's Picks as well. We're getting close to the holidays, and I'm even traveling another year around the sun here in a couple of weeks. So just appreciate everyone for joining me today. Shout out to all my buddies in the chat as well. Team Steam, let's show off in some of those other chat rooms. Let them know you're part of Team Steam, and get them over here with your guys' picks. It's not about my picks necessarily. It's you guys in the chat. Appreciate you guys so much. Check you out tomorrow with more Morning Steam. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott.